There was once a young man who had a notebook filled with dreams. On the first page, he wrote, "I'm going to get in shape." A few pages later, "I'm going to start my own business." Then, "I'm going to learn a new skill. I'm going to make my family proud." Every dream had one thing in common. None of them had started. Every morning he woke up believing, "Today will be different," but somehow ... Tomorrow always sounded better than today. "I'll start on Monday. I'll do it after work. I'm just waiting for the right time." Days became weeks, weeks became months, and before he realized it, another year had passed. His dreams were still inside that notebook, untouched. The saddest part wasn't that he had failed. The saddest part was that he never truly began. Maybe that story sounds familiar. Maybe it's your story too.
Chapter 1. The lie we believe. Most people think procrastination is laziness. But what if it's not? Think about it. Have you ever spent hours worrying about something you needed to do? You knew it was important. You wanted to do it. Yet somehow, you couldn't make yourself start. That isn't laziness. Lazy people don't feel guilty about doing nothing. People who procrastinate often feel guilty all the time. They want to change. They just feel stuck. So why does this happen? Chapter 2. Your brain wants to keep you safe. Imagine you're standing at the bottom of a mountain. Someone tells you to climb it. Your mind immediately notices how steep it is, how long it will take, how tired you'll become. Now imagine the same thing happens every time you face a difficult task. Your brain sees the challenge and whispers, "This might be hard. What if you fail? What if people judge you? Maybe later is better." Your brain isn't trying to ruin your life. It's trying to protect you from discomfort. The problem is, it can't tell the difference between real danger and simple discomfort. So, it treats studying, exercising, speaking in public, or chasing a dream like something to avoid. And without realizing it, you listen. Chapter 3. The Trap of Later. Later is one of the most dangerous words in the world. Because later feels harmless. It doesn't sound like giving up. It sounds responsible. It sounds reasonable. But every time you say, "I'll do it later," you're making a promise. And every time you break that promise, you slowly stop believing yourself. Imagine having a friend who promises to meet you every day, but never shows up. Eventually, you'd stop trusting them. Now ask yourself, how many promises have you broken to yourself? Chapter 4. The cost no one sees. People think procrastination steals time, but time isn't the biggest thing it takes. It steals confidence. Every unfinished goal becomes another reminder of what you didn't do, not because you weren't capable, but because fear convinced you to wait. Slowly, you begin to believe you're not disciplined, not motivated, not good enough. But those beliefs weren't born overnight. They were built, one delayed decision at a time. Chapter 5. The Way Out. So how do you escape? Not by waiting for motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Instead, make your first step so small that your brain has no reason to resist. Don't promise yourself an hour at the gym. Promise yourself 5 minutes. Don't promise to write an entire chapter. Write one sentence. Don't think about finishing. Think about beginning. Because action creates momentum, and momentum creates change. Chapter 6. A different question. Most people ask, how do I stop procrastinating? Maybe that's the wrong question. Instead, ask, what kind of person do I want to become? Because every small action is a vote for the person you're becoming. When you read 1 page, you're becoming someone who reads. When you exercise for 5 minutes, you're becoming someone who takes care of their health. When you keep one promise to yourself, you become someone you can trust. Big changes don't happen all at once. They happen one small choice at a time. Final reflection. Let's go back to the young man with the notebook. Imagine he opens it years later. The dreams are still there. The words haven't faded, But something has. Jimmy, he realizes something that many people realize too late. The hardest part wasn't the work. The hardest part was waiting. Waiting until he felt ready. Waiting until life became easier. Waiting for the perfect moment. But the perfect moment never came. Maybe you have your own notebook. Maybe it's not made of paper. Maybe it's in your phone or your mind, filled with ideas, plans, dreams, promises you've made to yourself. So, before you leave this video, ask yourself one question. If I keep waiting, where will I be 1 year from today? And then ask a second question. What is one small thing I can do today instead of tomorrow? Because your future won't change the day you finally feel motivated. It will change the day you decide that today is good enough to begin. So close the notebook. Put the phone down. Take one small step and let tomorrow thank you for what you started today. Do you like this video? Click the subscribe button and follow for more.